try to draw people into the group to help us in our cause of getting the conservatives back being as active as the liberals are. And as Ron said, there are twice as many conservatives in this country as there are liberals. The difference is we conservatives tend to be lazy. Even though the liberals are somewhat lazy, they are organized, and we are playing catch up. They are light years ahead of us in being organized. But there are great groups that have been going on that are overcoming that. And Joanne is with one of them over there that's doing a great job.
Can I say something?
And Janet is very active in our group too.
I think one thing that makes the liberals more energized is that they get paid by the hour. So
we have jobs.
Yeah, we have jobs.
$11 to $16 an hour was the going rate in Dallas.
And they have, buses that take them where they need to go and all this, but we can do that too. But I don't know how many of y'all have gotten an email from Tea Party Patriots, but I'm going to go to Valley Forge next April. Tea Party Patriots is going to have a tax protesters march on Washington, April 15th again. That's what the genesis of this movement since last February. And so I got an email from Eric Odom, and they're going to set up a national group of Tea Party. They're going to elect delegates, so that's one way that we're headed also. And I'm sure we're just like most of y'all. We've just been going since September the 1st. We're just kind of getting our feet and figuring out what to do. And one thing I'd like to see this group do is give us all some focus on the primaries and what we can do to help with the primaries.
Thank you very much. Edom.
Oh, Edom, I'm sorry, Doc. Go ahead. I skipped right over you.
I'm going to let everybody else talk. I'm going to come back because I'm not sure what all is going on. I'm late to this. And Ron and I, essentially, I spent 20 years down in Gene Green. Gene Green and I were friends. And anyway, we had a lot to talk about. So I know Ron. But go ahead. I'll come back.
Okay, we'll come back to Edom. Van.
Van, I'm Stephanie, and I'm the chairman of our small little group. We started in August, and we started off with a big bang. We had over 300 people at our little rally in our little small town, and our regular meetings now have a dozen people. And so we kind of don't know what happened. All the go-get-em got up and went. And so we really need to figure out how to refocus and do something.
You need motivation.
Yes, we need the motivation.
Right.
I think that's what a lot of people are
asking.
asking. What are y'all doing? We're educating ourselves. We voted. Okay, now what? And so we don't know, and part of the problem is, like he said, our representatives are pretty good, and so what do we do from there? And that's kind of where we are. We're wanting to plan some regular meetings, but then what do we do? That's kind of where we are.
It's a kind of a pattern that happens. When you get people that are upset together, there'll be a whole bunch of people out there, and all of a sudden when it comes down to the day-by-day thing, people kind of drift away in one thing or another. And when we get over our mad, then what do? And that's why we need a positive program, education, so that people know what they're doing. And we mentioned the liberals a minute over here. The liberal leadership, if you ever have a chance to read a book by Sun Tzu, a Chinese general, wrote the most popular book outside the Bible ever recorded in human history. Believe me, those people have read it. Know your enemy, know their weakness, know their strength and how to avoid it, and so forth. Sometime if you pick it up, Sun Tzu's The Art of War. A couple nodding heads as you read. Yeah, right.
It's on the History Channel, too.
Is it?
Big thing on that.
Okay, Greenville.
I'm Debbie McKee. I was involved in grassroots activism for about 2 years before this movement started, and so I kind of already knew where I was going. I just tapped into the new people who were coming my way. So I had an idea of what I wanted to do, goals, motivate, educate, get people involved. I have about 300 people in our area. Not everybody comes to everything. Bob came out and gave us a training lesson. But I think educating on the issues and on the process, getting involved, working for good candidates for the primary. And another way, we talk about cleaning house. We can't just get rid of the politicians. We need to clean house in the parties.
Servants.
public servants. We can't just get rid of them because the seed bed where they came from would be the same. We need to get involved in the local level with the various parties, whatever you feel comfortable with, and become the party and steer it in the right direction, because that's where they've come from, and that's where we need to get at.